it till the savior starts to think. Then they drown him in the silence just to watch him sink. Venom bred from my own damn ribs. Now they sharpen in the knives that I handed as gifts. Born from war, I was forged in the bleak. Spoke peace, but they fiend for the roar when I speak. They don't crave justice, just blood on the floor. A lion's only holy when he's locked behind a door. Truth ain't pretty when it's scarred and raw, but I bled for them all while they prayed I'd fall. Let them chant my name when I burn in the fight. Now they sip on my ashes like wine at night. The one thing they love more than a hero is a god who bleeds. Why bother? They don't want the truth, they want a martyr. Set fire to the proof, let me suffer, just to soothe their pride. But I won't die, I'll fossilize. Why bother? When they spit on grace, same hands that I fed wanna snatch my face. So I rise, no applause, no choir, just a throne in the smoke and a crown made of fire. They painted halos just to sharpen the fall, built temples from the bones of the ones who gave all. I gave them light, they cursed the glare. Call me God when they needed, now I'm devil in prayer. Hung me high for the world to mock, wrote my sins in stone, every flaw they stalk. But I'm done begging for the mercy of sheep. I don't bleed for applause, I don't sow what they reap. They feast on pain, mine taste the best, so I serve it in verses, a blade to the chest. Call me bitter, I'm the venom they bred. Gave them peace, they chose war, now I war till I'm dead. Every hero's just a target in delay. Tick, tick, boom, in love when you decay. I was never your savior, I was survival with teeth, armored in rage underneath my grief. I spoke hope to a world that was deaf by design. Now I scream with a purpose, every bar is a spine. I ain't bitter, I'm awake, I just see the facade. How they crown you a king just to laugh at your god. You want cheers, keep them, I'll take the abyss. At least shadows don't lie when they welcome your fists. They love your rise, but they worship the fall. Build statues just to relish the cracks in the wall. So I burn not for them, but for those like me, who were buried alive and still chose to breathe. Why bother? They don't want the truth, they want a martyr. Set fire to the proof, let me suffer, just to soothe their pride. But I won't die, I'll fossilize. Why bother? When they spit on grace, same hands that I fed wanna snatch my face. So I rise, no applause, no choir, just a throne in the smoke and a crown made of fire. They never wanted a hero, they wanted a bonfire to warm their egos. So let them cheer for the fall, let them feast on my name. I'll be dust, but I'll be defiant, and even in ash, I remain.
Gave them light when they lived in the shade. Built some bridges from the ruins I made. Took the blame, wore the chains, never ran from the pain. Now they cheering when I'm falling like it's part of the game. Used to be the symbol, now I'm just a stain. Truth don't matter when they're hungry for a name. Hero to a villain in a matter of days. Fame's a loaded gun, they just watch how it sprays. Save the world, they forget what it cost me. Now they mock me, plot how to cross me. Every scar on my soul, every time I bled, was for people who'd rather see me dead. The one thing they love more than heroes is ruins. Build you up just to revel and you're losing. Why bother when the crown's just a target? Every act of love ends up in the garbage. Why bother when the thanks turn to spite and the cheers fade into the darkest night? But I rise, not cause they need me, I rise for the ones who still believe me. They'll twist your truth till it's unrecognizable, make your loyalty seem unreliable. Try to burn you down just to warm their pride, then ask why you ain't smiling inside. But I ain't made for the crowd's ovation, I was built in the dark, pure dedication. Let them hate, let them write my end, I'll rewrite it in fire with a blood-stained pen. They want legends, not the man that bleeds, not the cost, not the pain, just a fantasy. So I walk alone, yeah the path is cold, but I'd rather be hated than bought and sold. The one thing they love more than heroes is ruins. Build you up just to revel and you're losing. Why bother when the crown's just a target? Every act of love ends up in the garbage. Why bother when the thanks turn to spite and the cheers fade into the darkest night? But I rise, not cause they need me, I rise for the ones who still believe me. The one thing they love more than heroes is ruins. Build you up just to revel in your losing. Why bother when the crown's just a target? Every act of love ends up in the garbage. Why bother when the thanks turn to spite and the cheers fade into the darkest night? But I rise, not cause they need me. I rise for the ones who still believe me.